Ironically, it was in the Chinatown neighborhood of Boston where the man screamed in my face, "Go back to your country." He had no idea how complicated that was for me. I was Korean before I was American. The delicate yellowing papers from Social Welfare Society in Seoul state my birth date as August 17th, 1977, with the word accurate in hopeful parentheses. At least I know I had around 9 months with my birth mother. I think about us together in whatever time we had, growing as close as two humans could be. Maybe we live in an empty house, so she keeps the TV on for company, and I giggle with her at funny movies, and she feels my happy kicks. Maybe we live with the love of her life, and they slurp spicy noodles together, wipe gochujang off each other's cheeks, dancing in the kitchen as he gently makes his way around her, as we grow bigger. Or maybe she cries, and I worry about her even then. Always there is her heartbeat, the constant, reassuring, unstoppable sound keeping both of us alive. I wonder if she was in a hospital or alone when she could no longer hold on to me. I wonder if she wanted to see me as much as I longed to see her face when I finally opened my eyes. And I wonder where she went. I've heard that children in Korean orphanages were given the orphanage owner's family name. About 20% of the South Korean population, 1 in 5 people, has the family name Kim. I became one of the 10 million when I was brought to Angela Orphanage on June 17th, 1978, and named Kim Hyun-hee. On December 18th, 1978, I was brought to JFK Airport and became one of the 200,000 Korean children sent out of the country for adoption. I was handed to the mother and the family that named me Jennifer Kim Lisko. That was the year that 56,323 babies were named Jennifer, one of the 14 years it was the most popular girl's name, adding up to over 800,000 of us during that time. Lisko is the last name of my father's gregarious, generous Italian side of the family, which my Russian mother joined when they were married. When I was married on May 20th, 2000, I became Jennifer Kim Brennan. After several wonderful years together, we separated, and I changed my last name to Kim. I was ready to be known as Korean by my name. Even though I grew up in America, I still feel 5,000 years of Korean history holding on to me and whispering in the background. Sometimes I take the bottle of sesame oil down from the kitchen shelf and breathe it in, my favorite smell. It fills me with indescribable joy. I heard about a study where male mice were introduced to the smell of cherry blossoms. When the scent was paired with a mild electric shock, they learned to fear the smell, even when the shock wasn't administered. When they reproduced, they had children and grandchildren who also feared the smell, even the first time they smelled it, and even though they were never shocked. Even female mice in other locations who were artificially inseminated with the scared mice's sperm had children and grandchildren with the same reaction, even though they were also never shocked and never met their father. So what else do we inherit from ancestors who we've never met or seen or held? What else are we genetically programmed to respond to? How about sound? I ignored K-pop for a really long time. Until at 54 seconds into a song by the group BTS, the progression from one musical note to another suddenly made me cry. I couldn't understand the Korean lyrics, but the soulful yearning melody felt like something I needed so much in my life in order to keep breathing, like exhaling without even realizing you were holding your breath. Even growing up, I always felt a longing, an emptiness wandering in my mind. Over time, I went to therapy and took medicine, all of the things we do in America, but it was always there. When I learned the Korean word han, it was like something had punched me in the stomach, like something I'd known in my bones my entire life. It's hard to explain or translate, but it's the Korean concept of feeling sadness and rage and injustice, even if you didn't experience the turmoil of the country's history firsthand. But I also learned the word Chung, a deep-seated love and affection and warmth, a communal bond shared by all Koreans. I feel this when I go out with other Korean adoptees. We toast with soju and wrap warm, crispy barbecue in perilla leaves with whole cloves of garlic and bean paste, swiping it through a perfectly balanced mix of sesame oil and salt. We bellow out karaoke, and the bond feels effortless. When I go back to Korea, I wait for this click, the key to unlocking the customs and the culture, the words and the body language, all of the things I've lost. In 2018, I watched with the world as the Winter Olympics open in Pyeongchang. There's a wide circle of adorable dancers swaying to the music in Suharong tiger hats, and I wonder if I could have been one of them if I had stayed. In the same year, I shouted in protest in the Women's March through New York City. The country feels fractured even deeper than the cultural divide I've felt my whole life, and I feel like I don't even know how to be American anymore either. So where do I belong? When I was told to go back to my country, I didn't even know what that meant. But maybe it isn't where I came from, or not even where I'm standing right now. Maybe it's who and what I am, and all of the ways my country and history tries to hold on to me invisibly. My country is in me and in who and what I love, and every day I discover more about how to find myself instead of waiting to be found. So don't worry about me. I'm already home. Thank you.